Hello friends, Wolves have smashed Liverpool by 3-0 in the Premier League, but how did they do it? Join me as we head to the tactics board today to talk about how exactly Wolves have managed to pull off this brilliant result. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it with a like and subscribe if you haven't for more content like this coming very soon. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well, you don't want to miss what's coming up in the near future. But now, let's talk about how Wolves smashed Liverpool. Here we have both sides. We have Wolves on the left and we have Liverpool on the right. This was a tale for me of identity and belief. Wolves have a newfound belief in the identity that Lopetegui has given them. They have a newfound system and a new set of players to really propel them forwards. Whereas on the flip side, in contrast to that, you can see a Liverpool side that is struggling to come to terms with the fact that the system that they're using just isn't working anymore. And their stubbornness to continue to persist with it is starting to become a little bit ludicrous. On Wolves' side, they brought in Craig Dawson, who I thought gave a lot of good stability to them in this game. Kilman was a good partner for him, as I thought that him and Collins really started to struggle to maintain their positioning. Dawson was able to marshal this backline extremely well. Moving forwards, we have Neves and Lemina in this 4-4-2 formation. That in itself was a bold call, but I thought that Lemina, with his aggression and his just overall intensity in the game, really helped Wolves to really impose themselves. It was the intensity and the aggression that I thought that Wolves had that was extremely impressive. Matheus Nunes hugging this left touchline as well as Hwang hugging this right really started to spread the play and allow Wolves to drive forwards in different areas. Sarabia coming in from PSG was a masterstroke for the amount of money that they paid for him. I thought that he was brilliant. He really laid on to Bashtic, who had a struggling game. It was because of this and because of their intensity that they were able to get a lot of turnovers. And it's the turnovers and the possession once they started to get a foothold in the game that really started to hurt Liverpool. Liverpool, on the other hand, really struggled to come to terms with Wolves' both strength, their pressure and their intensity. Normally we associate Robertson with bombing down the left-hand side and Alexander-Arnold playing those crosses over to switch, and it just never really materialised. And this was down to the very good play that Wolves did. Hwang was always ready to either engage the opponent or drop into midfield. Sarabia was also able to go onto Thiago, Cunha onto Keita, and it was this work ethic that I think really helped out Wolves. You could argue that a couple of the goals were rather fortuitous, but I would argue the point that they needed to be in the right place at the right time, and that's exactly what they did. They have a newfound system and they have a newfound belief, and it's in this system and in this belief that I think Wolves got their best game yet. In the way that Neves and Lemina really dominated that match, I was extremely impressed by the new system and the new aggression they had in the game. Sarabia managed to pick up pockets of space in the Liverpool half, and it became difficult for Liverpool to really start to mark him. Cunha I was extremely impressed with, although he didn't get his goal. You could see the system at play, you could see his work rate, and you could see his effort that was put into the match. Matheus Nunes was my player of the game. I thought he was unbelievable. The way he hugged the touchline and made sure that Liverpool struggled to really find him. He then drove into areas of space whenever he needed to, and his aggression, I'm going to continue to mention that word because it was extremely important. His aggression in the play and in the press was also something to admire. Going into the second half, we saw Liverpool really come out and start to dominate the ball. They started to have extra chances, and that's where I think that Lopetegui made his best decision yet. He decided to allow Wolves to lower themselves into a lower block. This allowed and made sure that it made it difficult for Liverpool to play through the middle. Their extra midfielder wasn't able to do anything as Sarabia dropped through into a more lower pocket, and it meant that when Wolves eventually did get their turnovers, they were able to go in the opposite direction. Hwang subbed off for Adama Traore because of injury just meant that that extra pace, that extra effort was always going to be there, and cutting through Liverpool was like a knife through butter. It was unbelievable to see the way that Wolves were able to get those overloads, to get those 3v2, those 4v2 situations, and really at the end of the day it should have been more. The effort that was put on show by this Wolves team was absolutely sensational, and I think if they continue to do that, and if they continue to play in that vein of form and in that fashion, I think they'll be absolutely fine. There is no chance of relegation. Just a quick word on Liverpool. They are really struggling to come to terms with the fact that they're just not quite there anymore. Keita, Thiago and Bashtic, that midfield just doesn't have any legs, and it's the legs that really started to struggle with this high pressing, high intensity Wolves side. They really like to go forwards and they like to play with an intensity and with an intent. It was a team that you could tell was really given proper instructions, whereas I'm not sure where the instructions are coming from Liverpool. I don't really understand the patterns of play. I don't think they're finding their fullbacks quickly enough, and this system is based around fullbacks. It's based around making sure that Alexander-Arnold has enough space to be able to cross the ball, but Darwin Núñez doesn't seem to be in the right place at the right time. Now, yes, he's making runs through the channels in between the Wolves players, but a lot of the time it's just either too late or too soon, and perhaps it's a case of learning the way that Liverpool want to play. Perhaps it's a case of just materialising something once all of the players are back fit. But how long is this going to go on? The system clearly doesn't work, and Jurgen Klopp is too stubborn to want to change it. Just one final word on Wolves. I do think that going forwards, there are going to be tougher games because of the way that Liverpool are playing and the momentum they're currently finding themselves in, or I should say the lack of momentum. But what really is a promising and key factor was the midfield partnership between Lemina and Neves. The aggression of Lemina, while with the quality of Neves, who eventually got his goal, was unbelievable and undoubtedly going to help them to go forwards later on. The game ended 3-0 to Wolves, but I really do think it could have been so much more. Tactically, Jurgen Klopp was outthought. Physically, his team was outfought, and Wolves end up being worthy winners. That's it for today, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave the video with a like and subscribe if you haven't for more content like this coming very soon. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well. You don't want to miss what's coming up in the near future. And let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments section below. I want to hear from you. Wolves fans, how good was that result for you? Liverpool, what is going wrong with the club at the moment? What is the answer? What is the fix? I want to hear from you, so please get in touch. But like I said, that's it from me for today. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, my friends, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.